أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome all my wonderful JSS1 students to another English Studies class. I do hope you are staying home and safe. In our previous lesson, I did a rundown of the scheme of work for this term. Likewise, the review and correction of last term examination. I believe by now you must have copied this in your notebooks. Most importantly, I hope you have gone through the review and correction of last term examination to pinpoint all your errors and prevent against committing such errors in your subsequent examinations. Our topic for today is reading comprehension, reading to answer specific questions. Anytime you hear the word comprehension, the word means to read and understand. Meanwhile, as a Muslim and a student, reading is so important to our lives. As we can see that the set of verses revealed to our noble Prophet Muhammad ﷺ centers on reading, where Almighty Allah commanded the Prophet to read in the name of his Lord, which means as a Muslim, it is important to be a good reader. However, as we are in the glorious month of Ramadan, I do hope you read your Quran and likewise other beneficial material. When I say beneficial, I mean books that are important to both your life in this world and in the real after. I pray Almighty Allah make us all a better Muslims. Our topic for today, as I have said, centers on reading comprehension, and our reference material is NOSEF for Junior Secondary Schools 1 by Ayobanjo et al., published by University Press PLC, pages 104 to 105. I will encourage you all to get your textbooks beside you and read along as I take you through the comprehension passage. There is a day that will continue to remain indelible in my memory. It is the day that I learned a bitter lesson, which I will pass on to my children. I was then about 11. My father and I woke up early so that he will attend the wedding ceremony of one of my aunties taking place in another town. My mother had the previous week been invited by the Tukes to assist Kelechi in taking care of Chike, the first grandson of my parents. My father expected that I would be eager to accompany him because I always loved to go out. He therefore found a way of appeasing me by giving me some of my favorite biscuits. On the contrary, I was quite excited that I alone would be left at home to enjoy myself and avoid the prying eyes of my strict father. As soon as he was ready, my father bid me goodbye after he had told me to study for my examination, which was fast approaching. He drove out, and I locked the big gate, leaving the small one. I was overjoyed that I was free to do what I liked, at least until the second day when my parents would return. I then picked up my handset and invited three of my friends whose parents I knew had traveled to come over. They were eager to honor my invitation, as their fathers too were very strict and would not allow them to go out. Before my friends came, I had put some rice on fire. My friends arrived and we settled down to play video games. We had plenty of time to play the games, as I was so absorbed in the games that I forgot that I was cooking rice. So the rice got burnt. In fact, the whole house was filled with smoke. Just at that moment, my father emerged. He had parked his car outside. Three-quarters of the way through the journey, he remembered that he did not take along with him the gift which he wanted to give the bride, and he had to return to take it. As soon as he got to the small gate, which was ajar, he smelt a rat, and he also perceived the odor of something burning. So he entered through the small gate, which I had forgotten to lock, in my excitement to usher in my friends. When I saw my father, I smelled trouble. His tears nearly froze me. All of hers were head over heels. Then he yelled, "Chidi, this is what you have turned my house into. You even want to burn down the house they had labored for over 2 decades to build. So you usually pretended to be an obedient boy." He then went to his room to take his whip and gave me the beating of my life. For 2 hours, I passed out, more from fright than the beating. During that period, my friends were shivering and weeping profusely, thinking that they had lost a valuable friend. My father, too, as I was told later by my friends, became troubled. He invited his doctor friend, and I was eventually revived. When I came round, my father, as well as my friends, was filled with joy. My father later told me that I learned a lesson from the beating that he gave me, which he thought was too much. Now, summarily on this passage, from chapter 1, we learned that there is a particular boy who happens to be the writer of this story, who, being just about 11, was left alone, all at home, because his parents were not around. And in paragraph 2, out of excitement, he forgot to lock the small gate after bidding his father goodbye, and he also called some of his friends to come and play with him, since he is the only one at home. And in the next paragraph, we learned that Before the arrival of the writer's friend, he cooked some rice, but out of the excitement and being too absorbed in the games he was playing, he forgot the rice and the rice got burnt. In the next paragraph, to his surprise and to the surprise of his friends, his father showed up, and with the with the smoke out of the burnt rice, his father became annoyed. And with this, in the subsequent paragraph, his father gave him the beating of his life. Now, from this passage, you have assignment 1 and assignment 2 that you are going to do. However, this assignment will be done in the school portal. You have to log in to the school portal and go to assignments and log in English Studies third term week 1. Don't forget to submit your assignment on or before Monday morning. Until next class, that will still come your way, I say stay blessed and stay safe. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.